Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Analytics with Amrita. So today we are going to solve uh, one more question, that is where we have to use like date part. Here we are going to learn the date function. Okay, so we have a question where it is mentioned, write a query to find subcategories who have never returned orders in the month of November in respective of year. Okay, so here we have two tables, orders table and returns table. Both have one row common, that is a order ID. So so first we have different parts of the question, so let's go to that. First we have to find subcategory. This is our first part. Okay, so this is our first part. Second part is in the month of November. Okay, this is our second part. Third part is who had never returned. Okay, and the fourth part is irrespective of years. That means year is not a factor, only month is the factor. That's why we are going to use here date part, because before we were using between. Okay, where we have to mention a particular period, it is for a year or a month. Okay, and we can't use in here as well, because where in also we have to mention a particular date. Okay, but because here we have to find November, for the month of November only from a order date. Because if you see here, this is the order date. Here the order month should be November. Here you can see July, December, everything is coming, but we have to find the orders for November only. Okay, so let's do our first part. We have to find subcategories. First, what we will do, first we will write select from our table orders, right? And we will do we will put a alias, and then we will join our second table, that is left by using left join with returns table, right? Returns table, and we will use an alias on the basis of o dot order id and r dot order id. And if, now the question will be arising, why it's coming in bracket and it's not coming in bracket, because here in between order and id there is a underscore. If you see here, there is a underscore, but here there is a space. That's why it's coming in bracket. Okay, so what we have to find, we have to find subcategories, and subcategory is present in which table? It is present in orders table, not in returns table. Returns table have only two columns, order id and return reason, so we will use o dot subcategory. Instead of o, we can directly put subcategory here, because this is not common in both the tables. That's why there will be no error can be found here, but we will, for our convenience, we will use o dot subcategory. Okay, now let's run this and we will see how many uh, subcategories are coming. So it is coming, the row count is coming as 994. Why it's coming as 994? If you will see, the here the order count, like the order row count is 994, and we are using left join. And before left join, which table is mentioned? Orders table. So data is coming from which table? Orders table. Okay, that's why it's coming as subcategories. As that's why this query is giving us how many data? It's giving us 9900 data, because the all the details are coming from orders table. Okay, now let's go to our second part. What is this? In the month of November. So what we will put? We will use where date part, because we have, why we are using date part? Because we have to use the condition which we have to put here is on the basis of month. Okay, and irrespective of year. That means year can be 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, or 23, doesn't matter. Month should be November only, right? So if you will say, like, we can put here where order date between, like we can, you will say like 2019 1101, right? and again we have to put whole date again. For every month, for every year we have to put like this, right? We have to put this kind of condition again. Like here it's 21, then we have to put 30. The same way we have to do for every year, right? Instead of this, we can do date. We can directly put a condition on order date, like by using date part. Date part month. Okay, on what basis we have to put a condition? On the basis of month, right? That's why we are using month. If we have to put a condition on the basis of year, then we will put year here. Okay, and what is this? We have to put on the, on which column we have to put this condition, which we have to put the condition. The month should be came from orders date column. Okay, we are using orders date column for our November month, and it will be 11. 11 in the, this is for November, right? So these are the it is why it's coming as 1471. Why? Because we have total number of rows, like we have a order placed in the month of November is 1471. Okay, now what we have to see, if you are saying that like we have, instead of a month, let's put year here. Okay, what will happen if we will put 2019? Let's put 2019, and here we will put o dot order date. Okay, now let me show you what. Let's execute this query. Here you can see the all the orders have the order date as year as 2019. Before it was uh, let's do the same thing with month, and here we will use 11. 11 is indicating November. Okay, now you can see here the year is 2021, here it's 2018, 2020, 2019. Irrespective of year, if you will see the month, all the orders have month as 11, that is November, right? The first part is completed, the second part is completed, and this part is also completed. Now what we have to find? We have to find who never had any return orders, right? Like for this, what we can do, let's remove this because we don't need this as per our query. Count. Why we are using count here? Now the question will be why we are using count, because let me first write this and then I will show you what is happening. Okay, we have to put a group by here because we are aggregating this thing and do the subcategory. Let's now run this. So here you can see, like in November month of all the years, we have a accessories where number of why we are using r dot order id, not a o dot order id, because if we will use o dot order id, then all the orders from the orders table will come. If we will use r dot order id, all the order IDs which are coming, let me comment this and let me comment this thing first and let me show you something. So here if we will use r dot order id, okay, let's not run group by clause here. Okay, so let's execute. Here you can see why it's coming as null, because here no orders are returned. That's why. If we are using finding o dot order id, that means only those matching orders, matching rows will be shown. The order id, uh, matching row will show the order id as other than matching row, everything will be null. Here you can see in few rows we have order IDs mentioned. Here you can see we have 3 order IDs mentioned and others are null, because these, in these subcategories orders were written, and in these are the subcategories where no order were written. Okay, so that's why we are using here count. It by using count, what will happen? It will show us the count, how many return order were placed in the this particular subcategory. Okay, so let's execute this. Here you can see, like, in ss3 9 orders were returned in the month of November, irrespective of any year. In hours, this. In copier, if you will say, there is zero, the count is coming as zero. That means in copier subcategories no order were returned. In other subcategories, all the orders, uh, everything is mentioned, like how many returns are done. Okay, so if you are saying why only 17 rows are coming, so let's do one thing here. Let me show you how many subcategories actually we have in the orders table. If you, so here, instead of this, we will put distinct. Okay, as you can see, only 17 categories are here. That's why if you will run, once you run this, you are getting 17 rows, and in front of that orders are coming, how many orders are placed. So instead of this, we can, because we don't, they are asking for only subcategory column, right? So we will copy this thing from here, cut this thing, and we will put this thing in our having clause. As you have seen, like here number are mentioned, so we will, what we have to find where no returns were done, right? So that means the count should be 0. So let's execute this query, and here you can find only the subcategory copier is coming, that where 0 return had happened. Okay, previously I had shown you like how uh, for every subcategory count were mentioned, but for copier the count was 0. Let me show you the count as well. So here, once we run this, we will find the count as well. Why I was writing here 0. So the condition is clear now. The copier having 0 orders as returned. This is how we can solve this. So thank you.